I did not expect to see this at the Everglades. And that wasn't even the wildest part of today.
I think it was right over here.
And we were both in this bridge and like, what the hell? Wildlife.
Today we're exploring a different angle of the Everglades. This is the Ernest F Entrance and Visitor Center, and if you're planning a visit here, stick to the end because we're gonna show you what to expect and this trail you cannot miss. We're on a mission to demystify the dangerous Everglades National Park in Florida, a 1.5 million acre wilderness with multiple entrances and endless way to explore. After leaving the Flamingo Marina and seeing the biggest crocodile of the Everglades, the Croczilla, if you missed, I'm gonna tag the video here in the end. We headed to the eastern entrance of the Everglades, Ernest F Visitor Center. Let's explore. Before stepping inside, let me tell you who Ernest F is. He's known as the father of the Everglades National Park. Back in the early 1900s, when much of this land was being drained and developed, he fought to protect it. He believed this wasn't just swampland. It was a rare and fragile ecosystem worth saving. After nearly 2 decades of fight, the Everglades was officially established as a national park in 1947. And today, millions of us get to experience it because he didn't give up. This is honestly one of the most beautiful and well-designed visitor centers we've seen here in the Everglades. If you're entering from the east side, don't rush through it. I'll recommend planning at least 45 minutes to an hour and so. This way you can really dive into the exhibits and understand the ecosystem before facing whatever it is you're gonna encounter outside. After breaking the myth of crocodiles versus alligator last episode, today we're gonna explore a little bit more getting in front of these animals here. And it was really cool how interactive this experience can be in this visitor center. Look at this. I hear the sounds around my home in Florida all the time. And it was really cool to be able to identify what each one of them are. For me, baby gators make me think of Jurassic Park. Let me know in the comments below if you agree.
So we came right here from Central Florida, and then we drove all the way down Florida to its very tip right here on the Everglades. And here is the Florida Keys. This is so cool.
If you're a viewer of this channel, I challenge you right now. Looking at the skeletons, which one is from a crocodile and which one is from an alligator? You should know from last episode. Inside this visitor center, I came face to face with something I did not expect. This is the skeleton of the largest python ever recovered in Florida as of 2013. When this animal was alive, it measured 17.6 feet long. Mind you, almost the size of my dream camper van size I want to build. When scientists examined it, they found bird feathers inside its digestive tract, and they made an even more shocking discovery. This python was carrying, wait for it, 87 eggs. 41 in one side and 46 on the other. That's the highest number ever recorded in a captured python. Burmese pythons are an invasive species in the Everglades, and numbers like this show just how quickly they can multiply. Terrifying. And the last great tip about stopping in this visitor center is that the store here has one of the largest variety of things that you can find versus the other stores in the other visitor centers in this park. So take advantage to grab your souvenir right here. To the trail you cannot miss in this area. We entered this area known as Royal Palm, one of the most accessible and wildlife-rich spots in all of Everglades National Park. But don't be doomed. You still gotta be aware of the wildlife over here. This is where the famous ANHINGA Trail begins. And if you only have time for one trail at the eastern entrance like we did, this is the one you cannot miss. The whole trail is less than a mile long, but what it lacks in distance, it makes up for the beauty and the wildlife you can encounter here. And most importantly, remember to respect it, especially the distance.
We are in the ANHINGA Trail, and Mr. ANHINGA is coming to greet us. Hi, ANHINGA. How was your day? Do you have a fish alive inside your neck? Because that was kind of weird. You're so beautiful. Wow, y'all. Are you doing alright, bud?
This is literally right by where I am. So pretty. And there's this like snapping sounds in the water, and we're like, what the hell is that? Oh, it's the fish, amiga.
As you can see, this trail is named after the ANHINGA bird that came to greet us right at the entrance. The ANHINGA is also known here in Florida as the snake bird because when it swims, only its long neck sticks out of the water and it looks like a black snake in the water. I was freaked out many times when I went paddle boarding here in Florida until I got used that it's a bird. And keep your eyes peeled because it's not only ANHINGAs you find on this trail.
Mr. ANHINGA is coming with us. This trail is just so cool. And with this sunset glow, it's making it just more special. Oh my god, he's missing a piece of his tail. I never seen one this close feeling this comfortable. Yeah, he's napping. Sweet napping time. We keep hearing noises.
Despite the noises, this is not only one of the easiest places in the park to see alligators up close, safely, from the raised boardwalk, but it's also a beautiful and peaceful walk just listening to the nature sounds and watching the sunset in the vast horizon of the seagrass. Here in the Everglades, I learned that a hammock isn't something you lie in. It's a slightly elevated island of dense tropical trees surrounded by wetlands. These hardwood hammocks stay just dry enough to support completely different plant life than the surrounding marsh. Paradise Key was actually one of the earliest protected areas in the Everglades, long before this became a national park.
What was that?
What was that?
In the Everglades, even the smallest sound makes you pause. When you know what lives out here, your senses are just heightened. And then, just a few steps later, the trail opened up to something completely different.
So we're walking on this trail and we just heard like a a gator, like a big one, definitely just jumped in the water, like right here somewhere. And we were both in this bridge and like, what the hell? So we're still on the count of 3. Plenty of anhinga birds hanging out around here. It is definitely a must-do trail here in the south part of the park. Right, amiga?
Yes, lots of wildlife.
Wildlife. Now let's go and find some more on the other side of the trail. Look at how many flies are on this spider web. The spiders are definitely gonna get a nice dinner here. Holy cow.
As we continue walking around the Anhinga Trail, something really stood out to me. The Everglades has this reputation of being dangerous, wild, unpredictable, and yes, it is wild, but it's also one of the most beautiful and delicate ecosystems in the United States. When you walk on these raised boardwalks, you realize something important. This park is designed to let you experience nature safely. You're elevated above the marsh, you're on clearly marked paths, and you're able to observe wildlife without disturbing it. The key isn't fear, it's awareness. And awareness is exactly why we just did a little bit of this next trail. If you have time, you must do. This is the Gumbo Limbo Trail, a forested loop that takes you through a tropical hardwood hammock, completely different from the open marsh landscape in the Anhinga Trail. While it's beautiful, dusk is when wildlife becomes more active, including the elusive Florida panther. So we chose to play safe and save that full experience for another time. Because adventure is amazing, but smart adventure is even better. Let me know in the comments below if you visit this trail and what did you think. For your Everglades experience, knowing when to visit and being aware of what you might encounter that I've been sharing in these episodes with you, and respecting the environment, that's really what demystifying the Everglades means. It's not about pretending it's not wild, it's about understanding it and experiencing it. So make sure you subscribe, because next Sunday, I'm gonna take you to the north entrance of the park and the most famous 13-mile hike with alligators. Next Sunday, I'll see you there, adventures. Meanwhile, catch up with these episodes on screen.